Guys, I really don't have anything else to add on that topic. As I do, I'll keep you posted. But if those are the only questions we have, I'm going to call it a day.
What happens to transgender service members now? Are they immediately thrown out of the military?
That's something that the Department of Defense and the White House will have to work together as implementation takes place and is done so lawfully.
Does that mean that those that are now in theater, that are now deployed to Afghanistan, for example, will have to be immediately sent home and
Again,
discharged?
the implementation policy is going to be something that the White House and the Department of Defense have to work together to lawfully determine.
What's going to happen to transgenders who are in the military now? Shouldn't you have been able to answer that basic question with a policy of this magnitude?
Look, I think sometimes you have to make decisions, and once he made a decision, he didn't feel it was necessary to hold that decision, and they're going to work together with the Department of Defense to lawfully implement it.
What is the timeline for when guidance will be delivered to the Pentagon and how the President's decision should be implemented?
We'll let you know when we have an announcement.
Why did you decide to do this, given that during the campaign he had declared that he would protect the rights of transgender individuals?
The President has a lot of support for all Americans and certainly wants to protect all Americans at all times. The President's expressed concern since this Obama policy came into effect, but he's also voiced that this is a very expensive and disruptive policy, and based on consultation that he's had with his national security team, came to the conclusion that it erodes military readiness and unit cohesion, and made the decision based on that.
Did the President today just betray his commitment to the transgender community?
No, as I answered before, this was a decision about military readiness, and I've already answered even to that specific tweet.
You say to the transgender community that he is still committed to fight for them, and how is this not fighting for them today?
I think the President has made very clear he's committed to fighting for all Americans.
Does this shift in policy protect transgender Americans?
On that, the decision is based on a military decision. It's not meant to be anything more than that.
Why was the Pentagon caught so surprised this morning by the President's tweets on this?
As I said before, that the President's national security team was part of this consultation. You mentioned yourself that there have been ongoing conversations.
When the smaller
President
issue,
made
not a
the
whole ban.
Right. When the President made the decision yesterday, the Secretary of Defense was immediately informed, as were the rest of the national security team that had been part of this ongoing conversation.
The President in his tweet this morning referred to disruptions. What does he mean? And is he concerned that there are disruptions in our allies' militaries in Australia and the UK and Israel?
As I said earlier, this decision was made after extensive discussions with his national security team, and the President decided it was in the best interest of the military to end this Obama policy. I can't speak to anything about another country.
You mentioned this is the President reached this decision to improve or maintain unit cohesion. How does it maintain or improve unit cohesion to leave thousands of service members, some who may be overseas, serving in units overseas, in the dark about their status within the military?
Once again, this was a decision made after the consultation with his national security team and decided the best decision.